Hello, mystery lovers. Welcome back to the channel. Once again, we are presenting for you a suspense, crime, real, and most mysterious story from the global geopolitical world. This video is all way focused on the Carlos the Jackal. Let's begin, guys. Just imagine the following scene in front of your eyes. A man wearing black sunglasses and carrying two bags over his shoulders steps off a plane at Khartoum International Airport, the capital of Sudan. He walks confidently toward customs, his posture exuding an air of authority. Before the airport officials can inspect his bags, he smoothly pulls out a U.S. Department of State diplomatic passport from his pocket and hands it to the customs officers. After verifying the passport, a female officer marks both his bags with white ink, writing "diplomatic" on them. With a smirk on his face, the man walks past the security check without any inspection and exits the airport. But these two bags did not contain clothes. Instead, they were filled with a chemical used in developing photographic negatives. Equipped with high-tech photography equipment, this man was not in Sudan for a safari. He was on a top-secret, highly classified, Gamma-level mission. His name was Billy W., and he had arrived in Sudan's capital to hunt down one of the world's most wanted criminals, Carlos the Jackal. Carlos the Jackal, whose real name was Ilich Ramirez Sanchez, was an international fugitive hunted by almost every intelligence agency in the world for over 18 years. MI6, FBI, Mossad, and France's DGSE. All these intelligence agencies wanted to capture Carlos, but none even knew whether he was still alive or already dead. For the past 10 years, not a single agency had managed to get even a photograph of him. The only information they had was rumors and fragmented stories about him moving between Syria, China, Cuba, Iraq, and Romania. He had become more than just a man. He had become a legend, a myth. But how was the CIA planning to track down Carlos the Jackal in Sudan, a country where law and order barely existed? How would 4 CIA agents locate him in a city of millions, thousands of miles away from home, and put him behind bars? Today, in this gripping episode, we uncover the thrilling story of how the CIA finally captured Carlos the Jackal. The countdown begins, a hunt like no other. Billy W. leaves the airport and heads straight to the U.S. Embassy in Khartoum, where the CIA's station chief is waiting for him on the 3rd floor. After passing through a security checkpoint, Billy enters a conference room where a classified mission briefing is about to begin. "Carlos the Jackal is our target," the station chief announces. "Mossad wants him, France wants him, even our FBI wants him. But it will be the CIA that captures him. We will hunt him down at any cost." It was a bold declaration, but the real challenge was something else. How do you identify a man who hasn't been seen in years? The last known photograph of Carlos was taken 8 years ago in 1985, when Hungarian intelligence secretly recorded a video of him. Now, in 1994, CIA agents had to find a way to track him in Sudan's chaotic streets. The first breakthrough came from Jordan's General Intelligence Directorate, which informed the CIA that Carlos was alive and living in Khartoum. According to Jordanian intelligence reports, Carlos had been posing as a Muslim for years and had even married a 26-year-old Jordanian woman named Lana Abdul Salam Jarrar. The CIA's Jordanian allies provided photographs of Lana and even pinpointed her location in Khartoum. This was Carlos's first mistake, marrying someone who could be traced. His second mistake was getting into a public altercation with a local shopkeeper and pulling out a gun during the argument. After this reckless move, Carlos decided he needed a full-time bodyguard, and this one decision sealed his fate. Now let's see. A trail of clues. Carlos contacted an old associate, unaware that Israeli intelligence Mossad was listening in on the call. Mossad intercepted the communication and identified the bodyguard Carlos was expecting, a 40-year-old Iraqi named Tariq. Mossad sent Tariq's photograph to the CIA team in Sudan, giving them their first real lead. Billy W. was given a critical mission to track Tariq from the airport and find out where he was heading. But Carlos was always 2 steps ahead. As soon as Tariq landed in Khartoum, Sudanese intelligence officers secretly escorted him through a side exit, making him disappear without a trace. For weeks, the CIA combed through the city in search of Tariq's vehicle, a white Toyota Cresta with the number 104. One day, CIA agents spotted the car outside the Khartoum teaching hospital. Billy and his team positioned themselves nearby, pretending to have car trouble outside a mechanic's shop. Using a Canon camera with a 300mm zoom lens, Billy started clicking photographs of everyone exiting the hospital. Soon, a beautiful woman stepped out. It was Lana Abdul Salam Jarar. Billy captured multiple shots of her, knowing she would lead them to Carlos. Moments later, the main target appeared. A 40-year-old man with slicked-back reddish hair, weighing around 50 kilograms and carrying a bag over his shoulder. Carlos the Jackal had finally been spotted. Billy clicked dozens of photographs before Carlos drove away in his car. The CIA immediately sent the images to Langley, Virginia for analysis. Within hours, intelligence confirmed the man in the photographs was indeed Carlos the Jackal. The CIA now had proof that Carlos was alive and in Khartoum. The green light was given for a high-risk paramilitary operation. The hunt begins, and it was the time for the final capture. But before the CIA could act, new intelligence arrived. Carlos was planning to leave Sudan via road. With time running out, CIA operatives surrounded his residence, a run-down apartment in Khartoum. On August 13, 1994, Carlos and Lana left their home for a night out at a club. But this time, they never returned. Billy feared the worst. Had Carlos escaped again? Frantically, he rushed to the U.S. Embassy, but as he entered, he was met with a shocking sight. The U.S. Ambassador to Sudan, Donald Peterson, stood at the entrance with a triumphant smile. "Great work, Billy. We got him," Peterson said, shaking his hand. Inside the embassy, CIA agents were celebrating. Carlos had finally been captured. A news anchor on TV reported that French intelligence had arrested Carlos the Jackal in Khartoum. But the role of the CIA remained classified. Shortly after, Carlos was extradited to France, where he faced trial for his crimes. To this day, he remains behind bars, one of the most infamous terrorists in history, brought down by an extraordinary intelligence operation. And that, my friends, is the true story of how the CIA and its allies captured Carlos the Jackal. How did you like the video? Write in the comments. Subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for more thrilling true crime stories. Until next time, stay safe. Thank you. God bless you.